in a woman crying. It's an educational punishment. It's to push you to the right direction, God says. Be very careful that you should never forget the days that you received this Torah from me. It repeats constantly, almost in every chapter. Now come people and say, okay, Rabbi, I really want to be more observant and more religious. But you know, there's so much to do. And I have businesses, I open on a Sabbath, and you know, how I'm going to make a living, my business is not kosher, I'm a cheater, I'm stealing, I'm a salesman, I cheat my customers, I sell not kosher, I'm full of baloney. How exactly I'm going to be righteous? First of all, it's a process. Nobody became Moses overnight. And God knows it, and the Torah says, open me the size of the needle, and I'll open you the whole world. And the Torah says, I am supervising you, and I'm feeding you, and everything you have comes from me, so what do you worry? Trust me. Same thing when he gave them bread from heaven, he told them, do not keep for tomorrow. Eat today everything I gave you, tomorrow I'll still take care of you. Some of them did not believe God. They saved, they put in a jars away for tomorrow. What happened, the Torah says? It's all became full of worms. Why? As a punishment. Today, when God is hiding himself in a creation, it's much harder for us to see supervision. But if you really learn and watch and pay attention, you have to be blind not to see. And not only that, the Torah says, ועשית הישר והטוב בעיני השם. You should do the good and the decent in the eyes of your God, that you should be later be benefit from it. The Torah didn't say do what's logical in your eyes. Do what's good, what you learn in Harvard University or Tel Aviv University. That's not what the Torah says. The Torah says, do what's good and decent in my eyes. Not what the newspaper teach you every day. What I said, that I will reward you, I will benefit you for what you're doing. Leman yetav lach, for your own good. You're not doing me a favor, God says, for keeping the laws. You're actually helping yourself, not for me. I'm complete with or without you. I was here before you, I'll be after you. I set the rules with a test for you. You follow, you win. You don't, you pay a big price. It will be a very heavy price to pay. Same thing, the reward is huge. Sometimes the punishment is huge. So the Torah say, why are you worried that you're not going to be able to make a living if you're not going to be a crook? Wrong. Let's read. I'm giving you cities full of greatness that you did not build. Houses full of wealth and full of goods that you did not fulfill. Wells that are digged, but you did not dig them. Vineyards, olives that you did not plant. You should eat, enjoy, and be full. But be careful not to be ungrateful and forget the God that took you out of Egypt. I released you from slavery to freedom to make you my children. Because your God is a strict God. He may get angry at what you do, and God forbid, we see it all the time, will destroy you from the face of the earth. Do not test your God as you did in the desert. Do not test God. He's not your friend from high school. You want to win? Just listen. Sometimes you don't understand. No big deal. Who's to say that you have to understand everything? When you go to the doctor and you say you need a surgery, you're going to sit now 7 years to learn in medical school until you understand the logic of what the doctor is telling you? No. You say, yes, sir, yes, doctor. I trust your judgment. You're 20 years of doctors. You learn, you know. I do not know about medicine. I trust your judgment. Same thing with the computer, with accounting, with lawyers. Same thing. Who's to say that you have to know everything in every different field? No. And the Torah continue. Be careful that you won't be fool and you build yourself beautiful houses and your sheep and cows will multiply and gold and silver you'll have plenty and you become a proud person and in the end you'll forget your God. And then you may say, thanks to my talent, thanks to my ability, I became so successful. This is all clear verses in the Torah, but the problem is nobody ever read that. Most people never read that. They have millions of questions and the answer is right, black on white. Simple Hebrew. And you may say, thanks to my talent and my strength, I'm so successful. You have to remember that everything you have came from me, God. I gave you the talent to be successful. And right here in the same page is Deuteronomy 8, verse 9. Verse 12 and then 9 in the same page. It says like this. You should say, you should know that sometimes I'm strict with you to test you, להטיבך באחריתך. And all of that is that I'll be able to reward you in the end. As I said before, and we move on. Now comes the question. In that case, we see like wicked people receive a lot of wealth in this life, and righteous people not always. Sometimes do, sometimes not. So what's really exactly happening here? The concept is very simple. The more we earn here, the more we are going to receive in the afterlife, which is eternal. However, we're also making sins in this life. So if we do most of our things is good deeds, and some of it is sins, God is paying us for the sins in this life, that when we come in front of Him to our trial, there's a 1-year trial in heaven. After 1-year trial in the afterlife, He pays us in this life for the sins, that we come clean, and He just gives us the reward. We go to heaven and we're done with this test. We don't have to be reincarnated here again. But if we most of our days it's sins, and here and there we make some commandments, most people sometimes they wicked, once in a while they give donation, in their bar mitzvah they put tefillin once in their life, maybe, a few mitzvot here and there, they put mezuzah maybe in their door. So God owes them. He's faithful to pay for even the smallest commandment. And the Torah says, I'm faithful to pay everyone exactly what he deserves. However, it's 80 or 90% sins, only 10% mitzvot, only 10% commandments. So God says, since your dream is to be rich and famous and successful, and you have few things that I owe you, I will pay you in this life. But I get rid of you. When you come to your trial, I owe you nothing. You may say, I put mezuzah, I'll show you 3 houses that you had for that. I gave donation, I show you a beautiful wife and beautiful children. I put tefillin once in my life, you got saved from the police for something that you did, I saved you. Everything you may say, God will show you what He paid you for that commandments that you kept. Where does it say it in the Torah? It's beautiful. To give beautiful speeches is very nice. But we want proof. And the only way to prove is first to prove that the Torah is divine, it could never be written by a human being. The next step is to start reading what God says. That's His opinions. The chapter of Va'etchanan, Deuteronomy 7, verse 9. You should know that your God is the faithful God who always keeps His covenant, and the mercy to His lovers who keep His commandments. Who is considered a lover of God? Someone who listens to Him, not someone who gives beautiful speeches. Someone who listens to Him. For 1,000 generations. This is the end of this verse. I am the faithful God who keep always my covenant and the mercy to my lovers who keep my mitzvot for 1,000 generations. We only live 1 generation here. No, don't worry. The soul lives in a body 1 generation. Once the soul exits the body, I take it up there to the spiritual worlds. There's life of eternity, and that's where the reward is going to be. And what comes right after that? Shocking. Shocking. This is what it says. And paying my haters cash to their face to get rid of them. I will not delay their payment. I will pay them cash to their face. This is right here. Deuteronomy 7, chapter 9. Open the Bible now and read. Don't have to believe me. Let's conclude that in case you did not understand. If you're mostly righteous and you make some sins, I'll make you suffer for those sins here and there.